money late. I tried to text you yesterday, you did not respond, and they say you VC funders ghost people. I didn't know you.
No, I wasn't ghosting you. I was on the plane. I was getting here.
A deep dive into money. Coming after Madame Ibuku, that was such a powerful address. I feel like
I can't add to any of that
I know
at all.
she's like
I should
Series
just get on stage
A,
now.
well funded, and we're like scrappy, seed round, but maybe not. Hassan, to kick off this conversation, before we try and understand the mindset of an investor, probably let's look beyond buzzwords and start with some definitions.
Sure.
You're in the VC space.
Yes.
What does that mean? I was talking to someone this morning and said I'm going to be interviewing a venture capitalist, and they said, oh, a vulture capitalist. What do you do, Hassan?
I'm not a vulture capitalist. Those are private equity guys. So venture capitalists are people that are investing at different stages of the life of a startup. And VCs are really the folks that are taking, I think, amongst the highest risk, but are aiming for the highest reward. And so what they're looking to invest in is something different, something that will have a huge disruption on existing industries, something that's going to generate a return of 10 times your investment or more. So like what I do is at the earliest stages. So I invest in people that come to me. They're like, look, this is what we're building. This is what we've done so far. This is how this is going to change, and this is how it's going to be a great business. And I'm the person that says, yes, here's some money. Let's try this out. So that's kind of what venture capitalists do. They believe in disruption. They believe in growth. They believe in the future doing more than anything else.
Why 10x? Where did that come from?
Because that's how much I need in order to make money for my investors.
So and out of, let's say, 10 businesses that come to you, 10 businesses that you invest in,
Yeah.
how many pass versus how many fail?
Here's some numbers, I guess. In the last 2 years, since we launched our last fund, we reviewed about 4,500 deals that have come inbound to us.
Wow.
So out of the 4,500 deals that have come inbound to us, we've reviewed and had conversations and due diligence on about 800 to 900 of those, where we've had detailed conversations and we've done all the homework on those companies. Out of those, we've invested in 80.
Wow.
So we're one of the most active funds in the Middle East and North Africa, but it's from 4,500 down to 80 investments, the top 1 or 2% of what we see.
Wow, and even out of those 80, you're not guaranteed.
No, out of those 80, I fully expect 60% of those to go to zero.
Wow.
I expect 20% of them to give me back my money, which is just as good as going to zero. And the top 20% are going to generate all of the returns for me. So within that top 20%, there's going to be good deals that are generating maybe a 5x return or more, which is good, but not that great for our industry. There'll be great companies that are going to generate a 20x return or more, and there'll be the outliers, the really crazy ones that people are like, wow, that was such a good investment, like Uber at the seed stage or Google or whatever. And these sort of companies are all VC funded. That will generate a 50 times return on my investment or more. So that's it's 1 or 2% are the real outliers out of the ones that we've invested in. So it's 1% of 1%.
Wow. How do you identify
I don't know.
the outlier? What do I do to get myself in the 80 out of the 45? What do you look for?
So the thing is, I've invested now in almost 300 startups over the last 6-7 years. Out of those 300, the biggest learning that I have is I really don't know which ones are going to succeed and which ones aren't. But there are signs that I look for amongst the founders. Like what we're investing in is people that have a passion and a drive towards execution. They're getting things done. It's very easy to wake up in the morning, come up with an idea, go on PowerPoint and do a pitch deck. But that doesn't mean anything. It's about execution. Can you actually get things done? And so my entire job at the early stages is to find the founders that are driven, that are passionate, and can actually get things done. And that's the difference between a great founder and a founder that's just going to go nowhere. Because you see that a lot. There's a lot of people that have great ideas, it's the best idea in the world, whatever, but ideas are honestly worthless.
Yeah.
It's about execution.
How do you know, what are the characteristics of somebody who can execute? Because I I could cheat you in the interview room. I could, on this money date, I could lie.
You could.
I could.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. There's a lot of people.
Have a seat. Say hi to Hassan.
How are you doing? Good.
Yeah. Sorry, please. I promise you, he's not as scary as he seems. He's actually a really good guy. I just don't know what he does for fun. He doesn't, you're going to be good, don't worry. Cedric, so how this is going to go, I know you rehearsed yesterday, and I know you're ready to pitch for 3 minutes.
Yes.
But the real world doesn't work like that.
I know.
You have 1 minute now.
Get it.
It wasn't me, it was the ABH guys. They said I need to throw your curveball. So this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. This man is a visionary. I wish you all the best.
Thank you. I'm glad to be part of this roundtable. And good morning to everyone. I'm pretty sure that the organizers and planners of this event knows how many people registered, how many people didn't come, and how many people came to this event. Unlike thousands of organizers, venue owners, business and hospitality like lounges, restaurants, who rely on day-to-day event sales, but fail miserably to catch that value. They don't have that. They rely on purpose, which often harms the environment, also makes logistics complex. And we also have those who are privileged and often overlooked by solutions out there, and they rely on local payment options like mobile money, which is inefficient when it comes to events, because you can have someone who has been organizing events in, let's say, 10 years, but they don't have any data to back that up, which leads them to lack ownership and credibility for their next sponsorship, let's say. So, my name is Henry Mpenzi. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Sync. At Sync, we are in the business of a problem. Sync is all-in-one revenue management platform for events. We're defining how venues collaborate with their promoters, organizers, and so on. Unlike other markets where restaurants attract people because they are beautiful, in Africa, venues attract people because of the events.
Life. Hassan, your initial impression.
I didn't get much from that, like, honestly. It wasn't, it was, you said a lot about the problem, but I don't know what you're doing to solve it. So the best thing to do usually is, hi, my name is X. This is like a one-sentence response of what I do, and then catch my interest by saying, I launched X, whenever you launched, I don't know when you launched. Since I've launched, I've done X amount of whatever number it is that you have. Is it number of events that have been posted on your platform? I don't know. Is it number of people that have used the platform? I don't know. Is it how much money you've made? I don't know. So like those numbers would have made me really interested to be like, oh, let me do it. But if you don't have numbers, then yeah, you did a great job. Like, I don't know. Do you have any numbers?
Yes, we've started operations in 2024, which is 1 year now, and it's just more than 1,000 events on together.
1,000 events?
Yes, and it's just an average of 100,000 USD monthly.
How much?
100,000 USD monthly
In
processing.
Processed through the platform.
Yes.
But how much are you?
We take a commission on that,
How much?
ranging from 3 up to 8% depending on the nature of the
And
event.
are you paying the mobile money and the other out
Yes.
of 3% or separate?
Out of that percentage, we pay the mobile money and we get an average profit of, I would say, 4%.
4%.
Yes.
Okay, so you're making about $4,000 a month.
Yes.
Okay. And what's there that's going to drive this to growth? Like, how have you been seeing the uptake in usage? I mean, there must be a limit in terms of where things are going to grow and how big this could be.
Exactly. Rwanda being the center of all events now in Africa, we've seen that a lot of events are not documented data-wise, and we want to contribute to that, as well as empowering thousands of organizers who are losing money across the region. So we are raising 500,000 to be able to accommodate that and also be the leading revenue management platform for events, basically the fintech for events.
Okay. And have you looked at similar concepts in other markets? Have they been successful? What's been happening around the world or
Yes.
other markets in Africa?
Yes, we see a lot of interest from other players, for example, in the West, acquiring some companies in Africa. I would say Ticketmaster acquiring Quicket in South Africa, and we see a lot of different players coming in the market.
Okay. And how are you growing on a monthly basis? Is there seasonality in your business, or Is it a big event season and then no one shows up, or like how does the business work?
Yes, of course, when it comes to events, season matters. But what we've learned is that there is a lot of free events that we need to provide value to, allowing those free events organizers and venue owners to collaborate efficiently and deliver value. How do we also get traction from that? We are building point of sale for both players.
Okay. And what have you, like, how have you been going about acquiring your customers and the users? Like, are you going about, like, is it the event organizers or your key customers? That's who you need to get right on board. So how do you get them on board?
Our key customers are everyone, venues, event organizers, business and hospitalities, hotels, restaurants, lounges, clubs, and often they get onboarded on the platform due to word of mouth.
Okay.
And we'll spend little in onboarding some because some already know the platform. By the way, if you're wondering where to go to this event, browse www.sim.events.
Yes, it's shameless plug. I love it. He has to. That makes me. I love it. Hassan, I'm so sorry to interrupt. First of all, I'm so fascinated. I don't know if you guys can see, like, my mouth is wide open. This is such a brilliant conversation. But because we do have other entrepreneurs that we need to give a chance to, I want to ask Hassan. He asked for $500,000.
Yeah.
Would you give it to him based on this meeting?
No.
Okay, just summarize for him so he can go learn.
So I have a little bit of background that I've invested in similar companies before. What ends up happening with a lot of these companies is they're not really venture capital-backed sort of businesses. They can get to a certain level, but they'll plateau in terms of how many events, how much usage, how much income is there, unless you expand into a lot of different markets. And expanding from one market into another market is a very, very difficult thing. So you need to figure out how to experiment to do, events in a few other adjacent markets or something like
You
that.
want me to answer that question?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, program of point of view. So we are not just another ticketing platform. We are more than that. We believe we are the fintech for events. And we don't solely make money when there is an event that's paid. We make also money through events that are free. And one of the scalability, as you mentioned, we want to scale through franchise, which is not going to allow us to go there and invest in other markets. So franchising is where we give someone who knows the market event space there and give them the best to run it. So which is going to make it easier for us to scale without a lot of cost.
All right, good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You got fast mover advantage. That's it. He said he is building a fintech of events, which is sort of something that, a sector that we call maybe one of the sexy ones, even AI, one of the sexy ones.
But that's all, like, I hate that.
Okay.
Yeah, so, sorry, I'm like not, I don't get like starry-eyed when someone says we're building the AI for something or the fintech for something. Whenever there's a trend, there's a lot of people trying to take advantage of that, and they use that trend in order to actually raise money or whatever. And most of the time, those investments are not good investments. So whenever there's too much hype in something, somehow my brain is wired to be like, stay away from that for now, let's figure out something new. So it's weird the way I think.
And it's wired that way now, but in 2017,
Yeah.
because I was on your LinkedIn. But guys, if you want to travel somewhere and you have no money, I suggest you take a drive to this man's LinkedIn. It's the most incredible page ever. In 2017, we were not thinking that way, but now we are. So trends have changed.
No, so you should never follow a trend for the sake of following a trend. So the thing is, there's a lot of companies now that are pitching themselves as AI for this or AI for that. And they're really focusing on the fact that it's AI that's doing this. But most of those companies don't really have a use case.
Yeah.
And so the way that I've been looking at it is like AI is base stakes now. It's table stakes. You need to figure out how AI is going to be integrated into your business. But the key part of it, what I'm investing in, is the business. So talk to me about how you're acquiring customers, how you're acquiring users. What are you doing in order to build a business? Using AI as one of the tools, sure, but it's not just AI is going to be the whole thing. So,
what if you contextualize that for Africa? Because when I had the privilege of going to China with Africa's Business Heroes some time ago, we were told that we're around 10 to 15 years behind. So there's a blueprint we're following.
yeah, which is great. I love that because I can see the future, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the way to look at it. But As a VC, we see a lot of crap, and usually a lot of that crap is the ones that are AI for whatever, or when it was fintech, like, there's no reason for you to be fintech, or like blockchain was another one, right?
Oh, dear.
Like whenever there's a trend and there's a hype around something, a lot of people come up and they try to take advantage of that, but you need to dig past that.
Yeah.
And do you really have substance? Are you using that tool properly to build your business, and are you able to build something or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just my little advice.
Okay, so let's see if the next entrepreneur has substance. I'm looking for Mr. Frank Muhiza, founder of Copa.
I hope-
Mr. Frank?
I hope he doesn't start by saying we're the AI or something.
Oh man, Frank.
After
Frank.
that, like,
Guys, I want round of applause for Frank. Frank, good morning. It's a bit unfair, you got a cheat code from our first one. So it's a bit unfair, you got a bit of a cheat code from the first one, but are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Remember, you only have 1 minute.
Yeah.
And he gave you the metrics to cover. Ready, set, go.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Muhiza Frank, and I'm founder and CEO of Copa. And Copa is basically an ERP for cooperatives in Africa. So it's a platform that we designed from scratch to basically focus on cooperatives, enterprises in Africa. And to give you an idea about how it works, I may need to first explain what a cooperative is. So, a cooperative is a social enterprise, and by definition, it's member-run and member-financed. And that means there is a lot of transactions that are going on every now and then from members sending money to their cooperatives leaders, and then leaders sending it back to their members. And there is also another component where, given the fact that these are social enterprises, they have so many external players, like organizations that are supporting them.
I feel like I don't know, you see it right here, but I don't know if you heard what he said. Okay, Hassan, first impression.
We're not paying attention to what I said in terms of just a few seconds ago. Like, I literally told you what to tell me now, and whoever's coming third, like, please, like, listen. When did you start?
It started in 2022.
Okay, and what have you achieved in terms of numbers, figures?
Well, so the total addressable market is in.
I don't care about that.
Oh, so far we have more than 118 cooperatives that are active using the platform.
And how are you making money off of that?
They pay a subscription fee
How
on a
much?
monthly basis. 30,000 rand in France.
Which is how much in dollars?
20 something.
20?
Yes.
All right, and so you've got 180 users that are paying you $20 per month. So you're making about $3,000 to $4,000 a month.
All of them are not paying.
Oh,
Yeah.
why?
Well, we have freemium packages, and
How
then,
many are actually paying you then?
so we have 50 for now paying.
50.
Yes.
That's a big difference, huh? Okay.
So what did he want? What was your ask? Because you didn't get
Well, this time around we are looking for partnerships to help us to onboard more users, because we have enough funds to run 1 year.
Oh, he doesn't want your money.
That's great.
He has enough money.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if you don't want money, then all I can give you is congratulations. But like,
Oh, give him more.
Yeah.
Partnerships. Because clearly he's one of those we would think would not have been a great organization, but he probably is.
so the thing is, you need to figure out how to scale. And so you've been doing the freemium thing, and I guess that's bringing you users, but it's not bringing you a lot of income, right? So I think you were about to tell me about the TAM, but even if you go after that TAM, which usually is a fake number, you are actually looking at a very, very small subset of that are actually going to be able to pay you. So that's what you need to figure out. Like, I think you might need to tweak the business model a little bit more. And I think you need to run a couple of experiments on different business models, different premium payment processes. I'm sure you must have already, but I think in order to scale further, that might be the way that you need to look into it. It's like, how do I continue to onboard more users? How do I get more of them to go from free to paid? So you need to look at the overall funnel, I guess. And the thing is that now that you've got enough money to last for the next year, do you have enough money for that to last for a year, or do you have enough money for you to grow within that year as well? So there's a key difference in that. Because a lot of startups, they have enough money for a year, but the moment they start spending on customer acquisition, they realize the unit economics aren't working. These are words that you can Google or ask Abby later. But essentially, you'll run into some of these obstacles, and I think the best way to push through a lot of these things is just experiment. Run a lot of different experiments, test a lot of different things. One of the things that's useful for startups at your level is to just sit down in front of a screen, brainstorm with everyone, and be like, write down every single idea that you have for acquiring more users and improving your funnel. And then rank those ideas by the ability to test easily and quickly, and the impact that you think it will have. And then start crossing them off every week, and make sure you're measuring the impact of each of those.
Are we getting value?
Yes.
Yeah, congratulations. It's not easy being here, guys, please. Let's start with this excellent program. Does that mean the whole segment is done? I need to go to the next one. I can't see anybody. Can I do I have 2 more minutes. Oh, maybe the 2 minutes then. I don't know if we'll be able to have the other founder. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. I'm sure she was very well prepared. So Hassan, to close out, based on what it is that you've seen, based on what it is that you've heard, based on what it is that you're looking for.
Yeah.
What next?
What next? In what sense? Like for them or for us? Like
For us as African entrepreneurs, based on, just based on what you've seen and heard. Are we ready?
I think there are amazing entrepreneurs in every market, every year. And there's so much knowledge out there online now. 10 years ago, none of this existed. But now, there's so much knowledge, podcasts, blog posts, information about venture capital and other startups that have been successful. That's just there for you to consume.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse for saying, I didn't know, I didn't have info. It's all there, it's all available. So it's made the gap between African startups and startups in any place in the world no longer be there, because everyone consumes the same information. There's maybe a little bit of experience gap that's there, because some markets have more experienced founders that have been through it before, but still, the knowledge gap isn't there anymore. And so it's just a matter of those amazing founders in every market across Africa, and there's so many of them every single year, to arm themselves with the right information, to do the right homework, and just go and get things done.
Brilliant. Guys, that was Hassan. Welcome to the top founders in Africa. Hassan, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
You've also taught me, if people are not used to direct communication, people can think others are pretty harsh. They're just a direct communicator. You don't have the time. You don't have the time.
I don't have time for bullshit.
You know, this is a family show, Hassan. Guys, how was that? Beautifully, slowly sauntering, feminine energy is flowing here. I love it. Hi. Good. Okay, let's stand here like a choir, although we won't sing. I want everybody to introduce themselves and what they do. This is a great opportunity. Madame is here, Jason is here. You never know. So very quickly, your name, what you do.
My name is Godwin. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a tech innovator. I solve environmental issues. Thank you.
My name is Maureen Mazari. I'm from Kenya, and I instill confidence in women. And I own a business called Mandari Beauty, which is the home of personalized skincare solutions.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lily Akinore. I'm a Rwandan. I own a real estate agency called Ahmed Immobilier, and we operate here in Kigali.
And finally,
good morning, I'm Akoru Salam. My name is Meti. I'm from Ethiopia, currently based in Rwanda. I am Mama Kahawa. My passion is to caffeinate people. As an Ethiopian, the first cup of our coffee is where we give grace to God and where we say, oh my God, it's gonna be a great day. So I am here to spread that joy, that smile, and that caffeine for my company name is Casabona, which literally means coffee house. And my coffee is currently, the first product is an Ethiopian and Rwandan blend coffee, and you can find us in the car-free zone in town.
Very good. Very honored to meet you. I'm going to find you later. Guys, what we're playing today is called ABH Jeopardy. Okay? These are the rules. There is a set of around 9 questions. I'm going to ask one to each of you. If I ask you a question, you're not able to get the answer within 5 seconds, I move the question to the next person, the next person, the next person. They're easy. Maureen, did you hear how Kenyans cheered for you? You were such a movie. There you go. All right? Ready, set, go. Ladies first. It's Women's Month. So let me start here. Please. All right. Number 1. Ladies first, men in front. They go. All right. In entrepreneurship, what kind of company is considered a unicorn? Yeah.
In literal sense, it's a $1 billion value company, but in my, my definition, on top of that, it's a company that really values the people within the company first.
Very good. I hope you didn't get any problems. She's correct. Let's go to the next one. What does ROI stand for? 3, 2, I. ROI. Very good. Moving numbers, very good. Let's see. All right, let me see here. What is a break-even point?
A break-even point is when the cost of expenses and running the business are matching what the revenue look like. So you're at a place where you're just operating, you're not making losses, neither are you making profit.
I don't think the questions should have been harder. My friend from Nigeria. What is the most liquid asset?
In terms of general terms, people can say the most liquid asset, maybe you have property or you have cash, but in my terms, the most liquid asset is the product that you offer to people and the service.
All right, it was cash. So I don't know whether to give you that, because I feel like we're doing this is the truth, but this is my truth. No.
Yeah.
The most liquid asset
It's
is
the
cash.
cash, yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Do we give him that point?
That's why.
Yes.
So I
Okay.
expatiate it. Yes, I agree. I just expatiate. So maybe I will get on.
I love it. I like how you get on, because you guys like to drop your money over. Please, all right. Let me see. My question's all over the place now. Let's see here. What does the acronym EBDTA stand for? EBDTA. EBDTA. It's pronounced as I remember. I'm trying to
I know
spell it
there's
out.
taxes in there. The other one is?
It's not for kids. Pass it on to the next one.
I don't know.
In one of the organizations I joined, because it was an NGO, there had so many acronyms. And the first thing as a comms person, I asked my boss is, can I prepare a glossary for all those acronyms? Because
So do you know the answer? She's such a storyteller. Guys, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. As I'm saying, take advantage of the dictionaries, please. Oh, and it looks like my time is going to run out. The last question, let's see. Which African country has the strongest currency as of 2024? For a bonus point, I'll give. Okay, tell us.
Tunisia.
What is the name of the currency?
Help me. I feel like we're in that channel. The women versus the
Women
men.
naturally flock together. Tunisia, do you know?
Guys, you're about
5, 4, 3, 2, aha! Tunisian dinar. But I feel like we got those points. But you see, I'm Kenyan, so I don't know if I should give her. I don't have the time. So who's the winner? Who? Maureen! Maureen! Maureen gets a prize. Let's come for you.
For purposes of supporting women, whatever I will win, I will share.
You will share. I think it's one item. So maybe if you rip it apart, it might work. But if there's more than one item in there, oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, and you see she wants to share. There you go. So ladies, Marina said she wants to share. Is it going to share with our gentlemen? Is a he for she?
Yeah, of course, we love fathers, we love
Very
men.
good. Oh, this is
Don't
very cool. There's a
discriminate.
nice coffee book in here. There's enough to share.
Thank you
Maureen,
so much.
congratulations.